Are you gonna separate yourself from the pack, or are you gonna be like the average man that we see all throughout Western society? The guy who's become a victim, the guy who's become unmotivated, who's become addicted to his vices that he cannot break free, and he's literally lost the flame that is essential for every single man to have. You wanna know what that flame is? It is the masculine drive, the inner potential of a man that can allow him to be great. You see what's going on with a lot of young men is that they're being raised in a society, they're being indoctrinated with different philosophies that make them play the victim, that make them procrastinate, that make them be lazy, that cause them to become addicts to the point where they do not even know what it truly means to be a man. And I wanna let you guys know something. When the Most High created man from the earth, he created them to be a laborer. He created them to be a workman, to be a builder. That's why there's so many weak men out here. The weak men have created the hard times that you and me have to live into. And if you want to separate yourself from the pack and stop living in an existence of a sacrificial, helpless pawn into a self-reliant, self-defining king, you need to get that masculine essence, because without it as a man, you are going to be in living hell. I promise you. So I'm gonna give you guys the 6 steps that literally any man can implement within his life so he can rediscover his masculine drive and unlock his inner potential. Hold up. Before I get into the video, make sure y'all like this video and make sure you guys subscribe and hit the notification bell. I make videos like this every week, and make sure y'all follow me on social media, man. I post content on TikTok and on Instagram daily. Now let's get into it. Whoa. Quick disclaimer. Before I give you guys the 6 steps, I gotta tell you about the living nightmare. And I'm talking about the living nightmare of the average modern day man who has no masculine drive. Because when you guys look at a masculine drive or a masculine essence, essentially they're key foundational principles that every successful man has. And I'm not talking about success as in money or cars or fame, but just success in him being able to be masculine and live a life that he wants to live the way that he wants to live it. Some of the key aspects is that these men have purpose, they have direction, they are determined, they have discipline, they have focus. You can just see them. They have this aura of life wherever they go, wherever they walk. They got this oomph on their step. You could tell that dude, he literally thinks that he's the shit. But when you're a man who lacks that, you are somebody first and foremost with no direction. You have no purpose. You're like a car on autopilot, but you don't even know what road to stay on. And that's why most of these guys, they literally crash out, they crash and burn, and they live a horrible life where they are depressed and they're at a disadvantage. Look, a man without a vision, a man without a purpose, that dude is always gonna be searching. He's not gonna know who he is. He's not gonna know what he wants. He doesn't know where he's going in life, and he is not gonna be able to develop into the person that he always wanted to be. Not only that, but this dude has no ambition. He has no determination. When he wakes up in the morning, he continues to hit the snooze button, and he's just wasting his life away. He doesn't have no ambition, like what Wale said. They gonna love me for my ambition. A lot of these dudes have no determination, but yet they're on these dating apps, on social media, trying to go out to these places and these parties, thinking that women is gonna wanna be with them. This is the guy who might be 35, 40. He's been living the same dead-end job. He's been complaining about the same dead-end boss who doesn't wanna give him a promotion and how the society wants him down and out. Not only that, but he probably has this horrible living situation. He might still be living with his parents. This is a man child. He's 38 years old, still living under his mama's titty. Or he's under the control of his woman, whether it be his baby mom or his wife or his girlfriend. He is fully dependent on this woman in order to take care of him. And this dude has his cojones firmly in her grasp. He's also somebody who probably has a lot of unfulfilled potential. He might have been extremely gifted at a specific field, but because he didn't want to pursue and he didn't have the determination to go after it and be a go-getter and see things through, this dude is just a lack of potential. He's just an unfulfilled great. He could have made it to the Hall of Fame, but he decided he wanted to be a bench warmer because he didn't want to play the field. Another thing, when you're a man and you lack that masculine essence, you have no discipline. One of our superpowers as a man is that we can get discipline. Look at a video of ancient Sparta. Look at a video of ancient Greece. Look at a video of any major civilization. The Warriors, they were disciplined. Think about the physique they had to have. You had to be disciplined. You had to be focused. You had to lock in. Why you think guys always talking about locking in? So when you have a guy and he doesn't have this, guess what happens? He can't stay consistent. He can't have 2 good days in a row. He might work out one day, doesn't show up for a week or 2. He might save money 1 week, 3 weeks later, he emptied out the bank. He cannot stay consistent to stay within your goals. You need to understand something about life. It's not about putting a huge amount of effort in one day, but putting in a small, consistent amount of effort each and every day for a long period of time. Not only that, but this dude is easily distracted. This is the dude who puts BOM. Instead of putting MOB, money over you know what, he's always focused on trying to get a woman, trying to get some new cat, trying to go out there and be around all these women. But what he's allowing is these women to sap him drive, take away his energy that he's invested in, and he's not able to invest it in himself or his legacy or the future family that he may want to create. And lastly, this dude is always falling into distraction. He might always be smoking, he might always be drinking, he might always be partying. He always has things focused outside of what he wants for himself. And essentially what it does is he gets easily distracted and easily tempted that he can't keep his eye on the prize. And you want to know what happens when you mix those factors together? You get what we would call a loser. And I'm not calling myself this. That's what these guys think in their mind. A guy with no determination, no focus, no discipline, he would call himself a loser. This dude is probably in black pill forums online. This dude is probably complaining on YouTube about how life is so unfair towards men. And don't get me wrong, I watch some of those videos from time to time, but I ain't constantly bitching on the internet in a black pill social circle. Woe is me about my life. I try my best to improve myself each and every day. No, I'm not perfect because I'm not a robot, obviously, but I am on a trajectory towards increasing my value, towards making something out of my life. Guys who constantly complain and bitch on the internet, these are dudes who literally lack this masculine drive. I promise you that. They have no fire, no flame, no desire, no inspiration, no motivation, and they ass is just living in permanent vacation, bruh. Lastly, these guys have a serious lack of confidence and a lack of self-esteem. It is what it is. Now look, do you want to be these guys? Because I'm like Morpheus and you like Neo. I'm about to give you the red pill, I'm about to give you the blue pill. Do you want to continue to live in your blue pill loser reality and not go for anything in your life and just waste your life away, bro? Be blown away with the leaves? Or do you want to become rooted and firm and stand for something in your life and constantly work to grow and refine yourself to be the best version? That's the truth. That's the red pill. And a lot of guys have this option, but most people are going to fold because most people are not meant to live that life. It is what it is. So I'm going to tell you to do something. I want you to take this red pill, pause this video, and make sure you digest what I'm telling you, because now you're about to learn the 6 steps to masculine essence, to masculine drive that's going to allow you to unleash your inner potential. So make sure y'all pause the video. So the first thing, you want to have masculine drive. The first thing you need to do is you need solitude. You need to take yourself out of the life that you're living. Take yourself away from your friends. Take yourself away from your family. Take yourself away from this character that you either have been forced into or that you were inspired to be. Whether it's a low life, whether it's a lazy, slothful dude, whether it's a guy who's seeking after external validation, you need to quiet the noise. And what you need to do is you need to isolate yourself so you can see, who am I? What do I really want? And what specific type of goals do I need to set there? The Bible even says in Proverbs 18:1, it says, a man having separated himself intermeddleth with all wisdom. So if you're somebody who separates yourself from all the outside noise and external distractions, it can allow you to discover and reveal who you really are and what you want for your life. Once you quieted the noise and you went into your bat cave or your Spider-Man lair, whatever the hell you call it, you need to do this next part. You need to set SMART goals. And what are SMART goals? Specific, measurable, achievable, relatable, and time-oriented goals. Make sure you have a specific goal, not something broad like I want to be rich or I want to be fit. You have to set it specifically. I want to make $50,000. I want to make $100,000. I want to be 175 pounds with 8% body fat. Specific. Then you need to have it measurable, where you can put a specific quantity on where you're at and you can achieve it piece by piece. Then you have the A, which is achievable, which obviously something that's realistic. You don't want to be, I want to be a $5 billion a year guy within 3 months, but that's not realistic. That's not achievable, right? And then you want to have something relatable. It has to be relatable to what you want. A lot of guys like to go on TikTok and go on Instagram and follow these social media dudes because they don't have a personality and they don't set goals from their own mind, because they're being a follower, they're being a sheep, they're being a copycat. You ain't going on my channel to be a copycat, a carbon copy. You're going to make yourself unique, and you're going to design your own life that no other man on this earth is going to think, because no other man has the soul or the personality of you. And lastly, time oriented. Make sure you have a specific time. It could be anything but within the next 3 to 5 years, but realistically, you want something within the next 6 to 12 months, something that you can achieve within this calendar year. Now, the second step, if you want to have more masculine drive, be around other masculine men, or be around other people who are on the same path as you. The common cliche is what? You are the amalgamation of your closest 5 friends. Birds of a feather flock together. The reason why a lot of you guys are living in shitty situations is because you might be around shitty people. I'm just being blunt. So you're a guy and you're on your journey. You need to start to be around people who can shape your mind, who can challenge you. Again, the Bible says iron sharpens iron. So you need to be around people who are going to keep you sharp, who are going to keep you accountable, who are going to want to motivate you, not guys who are going to hold you back, who are going to distract you, and who are going to keep you away from the things that are going to allow you to be great. And the way you can find these people, go online, look up different communities. If you don't have somebody within your city who thinks like this, go on the internet, go on YouTube, social media. When I first found a lot of these self-development things, I found it online. It wasn't like somebody was in front of me. It was my best friend telling me this. I had to search it up online. And that's such the beauty of the era that we live in, is that you can literally look up anything you want at your heart's desires from this little black box that I'm recording of myself on this video. Also, if you guys are in a big city like a Dallas or a Houston or a Miami or New York, you're gonna find other people who want to achieve things. You're gonna find people who are gonna be on that path, who are trying to grow their business, or who are trying to get good with women, or who are trying to improve their body. So whatever goals you have specifically set for yourself, you want to be around those other type of guys, so that way you can learn, you can build a mastermind. Because whenever you're doing it by yourself, if you're great, you can do it on your own. But 9 times out of 10, many hands make the burden light. So you want to be around other people who can make things easier for you and can give you ideas and allow you to become better. Now, the third step is you need to increase your testosterone. If you want to call yourself a man, you need to have testosterone, because that is the chemical within us, within our cojones, that allows us to take risks, that allows us to want to build, that allows us to stay motivated and stay focused, because drive is a masculine principle. Building, for the most part, is a masculine principle. There are certain women out here who are very driven, but when you look at the biggest entrepreneurs, the people who dominate the society, they have been and they will more than likely always be men. Period. I ain't here to tell y'all some foo-foo liberal agenda. I'm just being honest with you. Men, we are built to be driven. We are built to have ambition, and we are built to move towards things and continue to climb and grow and improve ourselves, especially when we start to peak within our late 20s, early 30s, all the way into our 40s and even our 50s, man. So that's what's going to give us that fire to continue to grow and continue to move and build things within our life, whether it be for ourselves, whether it be for our families, for your wife and your kids, or whether it be for you leaving an imprint and a legacy in this world. So how do you increase your testosterone? Bruh, stop eating processed food. Stop eating a lot of the fatty, refined foods. The Most High created a system for men to be men, and it comes with you eating a natural diet. It comes with you eating more meat. It comes with you eating more vegetables, more fruits, drinking water, taking natural supplements to increase your testosterone. Also, if you're a dude and you have a girlfriend, have sex with her. That increases your testosterone, because when we're going towards the feminine sex, oftentimes we have to take risks, we have to act more masculine, and this naturally increases our testosterone. Make sure you guys put the weed down, especially this chemical weed, the fake weed that's been coming out. Me personally, I know they put different hormones and estrogen and all type of stuff in that, and that's why a lot of men have become lazy, because they're getting high in the clouds and in cloud nine all day. They don't know what the hell's going on, that they can't even stay focused on what they're doing. I highly suggest that if you guys are smoking a lot of weed, Stop smoking weed. Avoid the liquor. Avoid the toxins that's coming into your body, because these things are going to increase your estrogen levels and more than likely decrease your testosterone levels. And make sure you guys work out. If you've been watching me for a long time, you know I'm a heavy advocate, healthy lifestyle, prevention medicine, prevention routine to make sure your body lasts and is as strong as possible, especially when you get older. So you guys should be working out as is. This shouldn't even be new to you. And once you increase your testosterone, you will definitely have more of a masculine drive. Now, the fourth thing you need to do, limit the distraction, limit all the outside noise. Because just like when you had to separate yourself so you can figure out who you are and what you want in life, now you have to stay disciplined. Now you have to stay focused and lock in on what it is that you want. So if you're a dude and you love to play video games 5-6 hours a day, you're gonna have to limit that. If you're a dude who loves to watch all the NBA games, bro, that you can't take time aside to improve yourself and watch self-improvement, you gotta limit that. If you have people who wanna just go out and party and turn up all day while you trying to keep your head down, grind, work out, improve, learn how to save money, you may have to either distance yourself from those people, or you may have to snip K-Camp and cut them off. That's just what it is, because you have to put yourself first when it comes to who you are as a man and growing. Not saying that you can't be friends with them, not saying that you can't be a brother, a supporter, a servant to them. But what I'm trying to let you know is that if there's somebody who are holding you back from being the best version of yourself and allow you to achieve what you want in life, you have to limit contact with them, because again, birds of a feather flock together. You need to treat pleasure and entertainment like a dessert. Do you eat dessert in the morning? Do you eat dessert in the lunchtime? Do you eat dessert for dinner? I mean, the average American, yeah, they do. But typically what you're supposed to do with dessert is you're supposed to eat it here and there, and make sure you don't eat too much. Balance it out. So the entertainment, the pleasure aspects of your life, you want to limit that, especially when you're working to grow to becoming the man that you want to be. And the fifth step, you want to dedicate yourself into something you love. Now, you don't have to literally create a business on something that you love. Like me, I'm creating this business. This is something that I love. I've been wanting to do this for like 6-7 years. But typically what happens is most guys, they have something that makes them money, whether it be trade, whether it be an electrician, truck driver, whatever it may be. And then they try to work on what they really love to do on the side. Even if what you love to do is not your main money maker, you need this in life, because this is what gives you passion. This is what gets you driven, what allows you to have a vision. When you don't have something that you truly love and you feel like you were called to do on this earth, you are going to be somewhat depressed. You may not be a full depression or anything like that, fully anxious, but you will always feel like you're lacking something, and you're gonna want to try to chase and fulfill it in women, in drugs, in sex, in partying, in entertainment. And this is something that you need to find. That's why men call it a mission. That's why men call it a legacy. That's why men call it your purpose. Whatever it is, you need to find it as a man, because if not, you will constantly be lacking. So if you find this, what it's going to do is it's going to give you more of a drive to wake up in the morning, because it will give you joy that will oftentimes carry yourself into different areas of your life. And overall, you will be much more motivated and more focused. When I started making these videos on my channel, I noticed I got reinvigorated, because that burn inside of me, that fire inside of me, it was rejuvenated when I started to make these videos. And I love doing it. I love waking up. It's literally probably the first or the second thing outside of reading the Bible that I do when I wake up in the morning. I do it on my off days because I want to see this grow. This is my vision. This is my baby. I love it more than any woman. And that's why I work on it so much. And the sixth and final step, and this is going to be a step that you're going to do until you go back into the ground, until you pass away, my guy, is make sure once you have the masculine drive, you've tapped into it, you've tapped into your inner potential, never let it go as a man. Because a lot of guys, they become very driven when they're young. They become very driven when they're 20s. And then once they start to settle down and have a family and have kids, they take their foot off the gas. Or even if they have a family and they were driven, once something in their house, in their life becomes too comfortable, they do not have the same drive. They lose it. It's like a fire. When you're out and you're camping, you got to constantly put logs in that fire. You got to keep the fire burning. Me, myself, with this coaching thing, there's been times where I had to take steps away from it. But in the back of my mind, I always knew, nah, man, I got to set it up. PTK, I gotta set it up. Whatever iteration of this business that I had at the time, and that's why I kept coming back. And that's why people be like, bro, you're so motivated. You're so dedicated. You're so disciplined, because this is what I always wanted to do as a man. And to be quite honest with you, the impact that I give with men is never gonna stop. Whether my YouTube channel gets blocked, whether my Instagram page gets blocked, TikTok, it don't matter. I'm still gonna be using my voice to inspire and motivate and shape the minds of young men all across the world till the day I die, God willing. So that's why I tell you guys, do not lose this feeling, because this is what's going to allow women to love you, to fall in love with you. This is going to allow you to have men respect you. This is going to allow you to be fulfilled and not be depressed like the average dude out here. Make sure you guys do this, because if you don't do this, you are going to fall into the trap of the undriven, depressed, lonely, sad, wasting his life existence, average modern day man. And damn, it's such a shame to see so many guys fall through that. But luckily you're on this channel. Luckily you're refining yourself. Luckily you're making yourself the best version of who you can be. And if you use these steps and you stay at it and you make sure you ingrain it within your mind, you will turn yourself from that sacrificial pawn into that glorious king. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure y'all hit that like button. Also comment down below some things that you personally use to increase your masculine drive. And if you're new, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.